What's up, guys? I wanted to make this video for those of you who are looking to start your weight loss journey, but maybe are not quite sure how to begin. I want to first of all say that I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist or any of that. I'm just a regular person who has so far lost 70 pounds and has learned a few things along the way. I've had several questions about my journey and things like that, so hopefully I'll be able to answer some of your questions in this video. But one of the most important things that I think you should always remember is that this journey is your own journey. Like it's yours and nobody else's. You know, and everybody is different and everybody's body reacts differently to different things. So what works for me may not necessarily work for you, and what works for you may not necessarily work for somebody else. So always keep that in mind. You know, if you follow people on Instagram and YouTube, definitely do that for inspiration and motivation and tips, but don't do that for comparison. So that's probably one of the most important things that I would tell you, is that this is your journey, and you know, everybody's journey is a little bit different. So I would definitely keep that in mind. Also, something that I really wish I would have known at the very beginning of my journey, and this may seem kind of common sense, but not only is this a physical journey, but it's a mental journey as well. And I feel like you kind of need to build that like mental foundation in the beginning of your journey. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you're building a house or you're building a relationship, you need that foundation. Like you need to start building that foundation before you build up, or before you start, you know, moving on in moving into a relationship. And I think it's the same exact thing with the weight loss journey. If you don't start building that foundation, one little slip up could totally, you know, set you back. How many times have you started your weight loss journey and been gung-ho and like went 0 to 100 and I'm gonna do this and this and this, and then you have one bad day, and that one bad day turns into 2 bad days, and 2 bad days turns into 3, you know, and then before you know it, you completely fall off the bandwagon. And I've done that so many times. I have started so many journeys and not realized the mental aspect of it, and just fallen off the bandwagon because I had a bad day or something, you know, slipped up or whatever. So I think there are a few things that you could do to kind of start building that foundation, and then when you have those bad days, you can go back to it and you know, think about the foundation you built, and it'll make sense as I go along. So one of the things that I always tell people is find your why. Why are you wanting to do this? Why are you wanting to lose weight? Why are you wanting to get healthy, get fit, whatever it is? Why? What is your why? And I recommend either getting a journal, because this is my weight loss journal. I recommend getting a journal and writing it down, or putting it in your phone, or however you keep track of things. But find your why and write it down. Because once you do that, like if you have a bad day, you can look back on that and remember what you're doing this for. I would also set goals. You know, I have little bitty goals, and I have medium goals, and I have really big goals. I have all kinds of goals, but set those goals. And again, write them down, put them in your phone or whatever, but set your goals. I would also kind of think about, what steps are you willing to take to get there? You know, is it that you're going to, you know, are you gonna stop drinking sodas? Are you going to stop eating out, or, you know, not eat out 7 days a week and maybe only eat out 5 days a week? What are the steps you're going to take? And those steps always change. That's one thing. Like my steps that I took in the beginning are going to be different, and your goals are going to change as well. But those are things that can help set your foundation. So when you do have a bad day, you can look back on those, and it can help you get through those bad days, because there will be bad days, guaranteed. You're going to have a day where maybe you don't eat very well, or you're just going to have a bad mental day. Like, it happens, you know, you don't feel like you're progressing or whatever. I mean, it totally happens. I would also recommend, you know, starting slow. Like, this is a lifelong journey. This is not, you know, this isn't a quick fix. And this isn't, you know, I'm gonna lose this weight really quickly and then everything will be fine. That's not how it works. You didn't put on all the weight quickly, you're not gonna lose it very quickly. Trust me, I've tried. And if you know, and as you go along, if you don't learn things along the way, then once you lose the weight, you're just gonna gain it right back, you know? I would also try to find a support system, whether that be your friends, your family, people on Instagram, people on YouTube, whatever it is, find a support system. It definitely makes a difference if you have a support system for when you have a bad day, or even when you have a great day. When you, like, you know, when you accomplish a goal, you post it out there, tell your friends, tell your family. It's great to, you know, to get that feedback from them. So I would definitely find a support system. And then also, you know, YouTube and Instagram are great wealths of information as far as like food, workouts, things like that. So, you know, I would definitely start following some people, you know, on Instagram and YouTube, just Twitter, whatever social media, Facebook, whatever social media you use, because it's a wealth of information out there. Also, too, remember that, like, your journey, it's kind of a trial and error. You know, when I first started, I decided I was going to count calories. And, you know, I was going to do this work, you know, X workout. Well, as I've gone along, my workouts changed. I incorporated macros into my, you know, counting macros. You know, things have changed. So, you know, and I've learned, oh, well, this didn't necessarily work for me, so let me try this. You know, be patient, realize that, you know, it's going to be trial and error. It's going to take time. It's not going to be something that's quick and easy. And I mean, if it were quick and easy, everybody would do it. Honestly, you know, it's gonna be hard and it's gonna be challenging, but it's gonna be worth it. Like, where I was 70 pounds ago is totally different than where I am now. Like, I feel like I'm a totally different person. There's still a lot of parts of me that's the same, but I mean, for the most part, I feel like I'm different. I'm more outgoing. I'm more willing to do things that are active. You know, I feel like I'm happier. I smile more. I talk more. So yeah, you know, I definitely think that it's worth it. So as far as your diet is concerned, I personally use MyFitnessPal, and I count my calories. I also count my macros, or track my macros, but I would not recommend that in the very beginning. Not until, like, you've been doing it for a little while and, you know, you've kind of gotten the hang of things and the rhythm of things, would I recommend counting macros. But there are so many different diets, not diets, but different ways of eating. There's intermittent fasting, if it fits your macros, intuitive eating, counting your calories. There are tons. To be perfectly honest, if you're just starting out, I would keep it simple and I would do little things. If you drink soda, whether it be diet or regular, I would cut back on soda. I'm not suggesting quit cold turkey because that's going to be a little hard, but cut back. If you eat out and, you know, don't supersize your fries, don't upsize your meal, just get the regular size. If you eat out a lot, maybe cut back by one day of not eating out, you know? Add more meats and vegetables to your diet, less processed foods, less, you know, fried foods. But I would definitely start out super slow. And, you know, I know some people see others who lose like 60 pounds in 2 months. And while that's great for them, it's not something that I would recommend. I would definitely recommend doing it slow, doing it right. You know, it's going to be worth it in the end, trust me. And it's, you know, it's not a quick fix. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. As far as supplements go, I would definitely recommend a multivitamin, and I would recommend a fish oil pill, omega-3. I would recommend those two. Omega-3s is really difficult to get in just by diet alone. You'd have to eat a ton of fish and stuff like that. So I would recommend that, and just a multivitamin, because it's always good to take your vitamins. And but as far as like pre-workout and stuff like that, like I would not worry about that stuff until you've been doing it for a little while, and then you can start adjusting things and, you know, trying different things out, trying out pre-workout or whatever you know, you want to do. But in the very beginning, I highly recommend starting out slow. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope I answered some of your questions. If you have more questions, leave them down below. I will be happy to answer them. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I will talk to you guys later.